My mother moved us here when I was 2 years old. My grandparents bought a cottage on Walker's Point in the 50s, and so this was kind of the getaway for my family going back kind of since the end of the war. I have very fond memories of growing up here. You know, snow way over your head in the winter and beautiful summers where you're down in the water every day. A daily routine in the summer was just to go down and jump in the lake. When I was about 15, went to live with my father in Toronto. And then from there, after spent about a year in Toronto and then moved out to Vancouver, where I spent the next 10 years. Went to university, started working, it was 12 years total on the West Coast before I decided to come back east. But the reason was, you know, when you're young, at some point, you want to see kind of the bigger world. I mean, my joke is that, you know, as a kid, all you want to do is leave a small town like Gravenhurst, and as an adult, all you want to do is come back. I started a software company called Thumbprint. The company had no offices by design, so we would meet in coffee shops, and most of the work was done remotely. Things like Google Hangouts and conference calls and things like that, and the occasional face-to-face meeting. Where I was made very, very little difference in terms of how the day-to-day of the business ran. I was doing most of it on the phone. You know, when I needed to do something in Toronto, it was a 2-hour drive anyway, just to navigate through the city traffic. And that for the most part, the people I worked with and our potential customers, they neither knew nor cared where I was. You're living in the city, it's busy, it's crowded. And I was just starting to kind of get sick of just that constant bustle, you know, the fact that you can hear traffic and sirens outside your window at 3 o'clock in the morning every single night. And then, you know, comparing that to my memories of being up here, where much more quiet and relaxed and friendly. And I realized I had a unique opportunity to really move things, you know, move my operation and have it not be a big disruption. There are a few good reasons to move a business like mine to a place like Gravenhurst. One is the fact that the operating costs are significantly cheaper, especially commercial rent. It's possible to grow beyond your means a little bit by taking advantage of several programs that exist to hire young people with talent, hire people who are looking to come back into the workforce. And the final thing is that there are a lot of talented people up here who have, you know, either they've just kind of organically grown up in the area, or they have moved up here away from the city for reasons similar to the reason that I did. The barriers to starting a business, especially a services business where your clients are distributed, the barriers are all psychological. That when I left, I had to leave if I wanted to kind of expand my horizons, because, you know, there was, you know, phone was expensive, internet was virtually non-existent, you name it. At this point, you know, Gravenhurst is as fully connected as anywhere else in the Western Hemisphere. There's no difference in terms of quality of service on that front versus Toronto, Montreal, or anywhere else. It's amazing what not being stuck in traffic for the better part of 2 hours does to your mental clarity, and what that in turn does to your ability to actually get things done.